What's up, everybody? LUI here, keeping you posted pretty much on a minutely basis, bro. This picture is 1 minute old, has been sent to me by the trainer of Mr. Big Ramy. His name is Al Nike. Absolutely, thank you, Mr. Al Nike, keeping you posted on it daily, bro. Wow, freak! This picture does not fit into my macros. I took a monster freaking drink prior to my cardio in the morning. Right now, I'm doing a video to keep you posted. Anyway, yeah, he looks better than last year, quite frankly. He looks better. Let's go right into the other picture, which is the most important one, because the back makes you, bro, or freaking breaks you. I love the symmetry of this guy 7 weeks out. The back is coming in. I see more 3D effects. This is, of course, the widest back, the biggest back, probably of the history of Mr. Olympia. This guy is bigger than Dorian Yates. Actually, he went this year to train in the gym of Mr. Dorian Yates, which was actually being taken care of by his son. I think it's closed now, but just prior of that gym being closed, Big Ramy went there to the UK, and he tried to work in that famous pull-over machine made famous by Dorian Yates. It is old Nautilus machine, when you put your elbows and you bring your arms down forcefully, targeting and activating solidly the lats. He was too big. He could not utilize that freaking apparatus. The dude is that humongous. Of course, he is even heavier than Ronnie Coleman, so he took it to another level. We all know what was the problem of Big Ramy until now. This is why I placed him, said, bro, he might be number 4 this year, because his main issue is not the mass. He is the most massive bodybuilder since Adam and Eve, in a sense. I'm talking about not just big, but big and being Olympia worthy. I'm not talking about just being huge at 400 pounds and just massive and you cannot be on a bodybuilding stage. I'm talking about a guy who is balanced, who has the very metrics to step on a stage versus the top guys. So he is the best ever and the biggest ever in that area. Yet his only issue was to dial in properly. A lot of guys, a lot of gurus had their hands on this guy, but until today, not successfully so. Right? Dennis James, he crushed his face with this guy. He was giving him 120 grams of carbs while he was preparing him, yet he was still gaining. He did not comprehend what was going on. You're big, I'm giving you just 120. Damn me. I mean, luimarco, I'm freaking natural. I don't even lift. I'm a small guy. At 120, I'm cutting. This guy was putting muscle at 120. Then he moved on to George Farah. Now this freaking Lebanese guy knows a thing or two. He's also an ex-IFBB pro, and he is somehow of an innovator in that sense. He tried things. You know that slim thing? He was one of the first to experience it successfily. You know, with the vitamin G, that combination. So he knows a thing or two. He was one actually who had his hand actually to develop the whey protein called Hydro Whey. So he kind of a guru that studies the very chemistry of the human body and the consumption when it comes to the supplements and also the vitamins, if you guys know what I mean, right? Yet he had his hand on Big Ramy, not successfully so. He did not comprehend how to work with this guy because he is an uncharted territory. He doesn't function, he doesn't gain like other guys. Believe me, I saw pictures of Big Ramy this year, actually 3 months after last year Mr. Olympia. He was not lifting, he was not consuming nothing. He did the minor surgery to take care of the TTs, baby please. He looked like he never lifted. Yet, few weeks later, boom, so he gains more than everybody. The question is, right now he's doing business with Chris Aceto. If he can bring him better, it will be a sight to be seen. I love the very details that I see in this outer head of the quad. It looks just massive, flows well. The calf looked a little bit more legit than last year. The roundness upstairs is absolutely properly saturated. Bubble gut, not even once. Personally, I know last year vitamins consumption of Big Ramy prepared for Miss Olympia, it was absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. I know gym rats at my personal gym, these guys freaking don't even lift. I mean, they're just gym rats, gym bros. By God, they take more vitamins than Big Ramy. Is that insane? I mean, this guy, I mean, just low dose of some multivitamins and creatine, if you guys know what I mean, and he was making great results. That's what where genetic comes into play. A lot of freaking gym bros and even like some specialists on YouTube come at you and tell you, bro, me, I take this, I take that. Humongous, I mean, insane chemistry potions. It's like a freaking chemical warfare. Yet, they look like trash. It's not about that, bro. First thing first is genetic monstrosity. All of these guys at Miss Olympia, all of these guys are genetic freaks at different level. You got Phil Heath, who is just round, I mean, just muscle bellies, connecting with other muscle bellies. The muscle connection are just properly situated. And then you have this freak right here looking big. And then we have supposedly Kevin Levrone confusing us this morning. Supposedly this picture is the most recent one. I think it was published by Milosh Sarcev. Now Milosh Sarcev, if you guys know a thing or two, he was also an ex-IFBB pro, one of the most aesthetic one. Not only that, Milosh Sarcev, by several accounts, he's also a master of chemistry of back in the day. A lot of IFBB pros, his fellow competitors back in it, like Nasser or somebody and so on, were referring to him as one of the most experienced in that field. I don't know if he's doing business with Kevin. When I asked Kevin, I told him, bro, are you rolling with the guru this year? He laughed and, bro, I don't need that. But anyway, this picture is confusing. I don't know if it is about out angling. I think it's one of the best we've seen so far, because that most impressive picture we've seen of Kevin Levrone was rather a close-up, which was all about out angling, the fish eye effect. This is more legit. Do I think that he will come as a mass monster? Absolutely not. I mean, I'm just being realistic. I stand about what I said. With all due respect, this is just being respectful, being realistic, trying to be logical. And if I am wrong, I will stand corrected. I'm not like a freaking prophet that tells you exactly what's going to happen. But as far as I see it, I still do not think that this Kevin Levrone is shooting for a massive look. By no means. I mean, by the same token, Big Ramy is a genetic freak. I mean, he gains muscle even more than Kevin Levrone. He is the heaviest mofo ever. You need to comprehend that, brother, right? And this guy is shedding weight. So this picture right here is not he's at 140.5 kilograms, by the way, right now. So do the math. 140.5 kilograms. Convert that to 2 pounds to comprehend. And the stage weight that he is shooting for is exactly 135, around 135 kilograms, right? So that will be more or less about 12 pounds lighter than this picture right here. And he needs to do that in the next 7 weeks, right? So slowly but daily dropping up the weight and then cruising, right? I mean, there's no growing into a show at that level. Nobody else is doing that. Not Phil Heath. Phil Heath is a genetic freak. That's the only guy you can compare actually to Kevin Levrone, because you put them from the front, they look like twins. And even him is not going into a show. Now I comprehend that Kevin is a different beast. You know, he used to come back just a few months prior to Olympia and prepare for it. But then again, you need to be realistic. That's what's up, guys. My name is the LUI, keeping you posted. Still very passionate about this Mr. Olympia. It's gonna be cool, it's gonna be special. You know, Al Naki, who was the trainer, like a brother of Big Ramy, of course he rolls for him. He's very passionate about it. Big Ramy is special indeed. I love how, let's forget about his torso, right? And just take a look at his arm. A lot of people dismiss his arms because he is big everywhere. He is round everywhere. But his arms are also crazy 3D. I mean, you cannot dismiss the very tricep sweep he has. It's just getting better. I remember him when he reached the pro scene in the New York Pro. He was impressive, but he progressed since then. Even the peak sways wall, I mean, and those delts are absolutely massive. I mean, you compare his delts, they're as big as his freaking head, which happens to be a big head too, right? Absolutely proper. And we need to salute the fact that this guy has absolutely no bubble gut. He is more than 300 pounds, the most massive guy, and he has probably, arguably, one of the best waist to upper shoulder ratio that is compared still with a lighter Cedric McMillan. Cedric McMillan is like 60 pounds lighter than this Mo right here, and he has proportions that are still loyal. That is to be saluted. That is to be absolutely properly saluted. We'll see how it goes. I hope that I see more details. If all goes well, if we see logic, and if that dude called Chris Acito, who lives I think in the main, just right here, I think he has his number. He knows how to do it. Cause he is the only dude who was able to do so to another big Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler. And Big Ramy, quite frankly, is a bigger Jay Cutler, probably with better features. I mean, he already has more details in the back than Jay Cutler. Absolutely properly saluted. Salute you wherever you are, guys. Don't forget to like the video and tell me what you think about it, bro.